I'm going to call this meeting to order at 4 p.m. Adoption of the agenda.
The West Elgin Council hereby adopts the regular council agenda for August 14th, 2025 as presented.
Move the please. Deputy Mayor Tellier, seconded. Councillor Statham, all in favour? That's carried. Thank you. Disclosure of any pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. You have.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. Yes, agenda item 8.2.1 with regards to the Rodney Cemetery. Not a pecuniary interest, but perhaps a conflict of interest. I will remain silent at the voting, but certainly be available for any questions during that discussion.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to go to 4, which is to go to a public meeting. Zoning bylaw amendment application D-14-5-2025 13904 Graham Road.
The recommendation is that West Elgin Council hereby proceed into a public meeting pursuant to the Planning Act.
Could I have a mover for that one, please? Councillor Statham, seconded. Councillor Sousa, all in favour? That's carried. Thank you. We go 4.1, Planners Report. Robert Brown, Planner. Could you take it from there, please?
Certainly, Mr. Mayor. Good afternoon to everyone. The application is located at 24649 Crinan Line. This application is for a zoning amendment that's precipitated by a consent application that was submitted and approved to the Land Division Committee back in August of 2024 to sever surplus dwelling severance. One of the conditions of the severance of that surplus dwelling is rezoning of the farm parcel to prohibit future dwellings and also to recognize continued non-farm use of the severed lot on the farm property. The applicant has been diligently working away at their conditions, and it actually has satisfied a number of sort of the removal requirements. So anyone going by the lot would certainly notice there's a lot fewer buildings, and the lot is now down to the size that it was proposed. Application fees were submitted for this to the municipality in accordance with their fees and charges bylaw. It's been reviewed under provincial policy, and as I mentioned, one of the requirements of both the provincial policy, county policy, and local policy is the rezoning of both the severed on the remnant parcel, particularly to prohibit dwellings on the farm parcel. That doesn't preclude them from continuing to operate for farm purposes, farm buildings, as well as use of the property for its ongoing agricultural use can continue. Just no further dwellings can be constructed on the property. It's been reviewed under the West Elgin official plan, and the criteria are all in compliance with that criteria for severance of surplus dwelling. The property right now is zoned A1. The remnant farm parcel will be rezoned to A2. That will restrict further dwelling construction, and the severed lot will be rezoned to a restricted agricultural A3 zone, which limits it to essentially very similar to rural residential uses. It does allow for the possibility of having very limited livestock on the property, and that criteria is laid out in the zoning bylaw should anyone choose to pursue that in the future. The application was circulated to all neighbors within 120 meters of the property on July 25th in advance of this meeting, and a sign was posted on the property, as well as information was posted to the municipal website for anyone interested in reviewing the material. There's been no comments received from the public on the circulation. Staff was circulated both at the time of the lot being created, as well as were provided additional opportunity through the zoning application, and there was no additional comments or no concerns that have not already been covered off through the conditions in the severance application. And as such, it is my professional opinion that the application is in compliance with all applicable policies, has met the public notice requirements. And to that end, that is all I have, unless there's questions from council or the public.
Thank you very much. So applicant comments? None? Public comment? Seeing none. Councillor comment? Seeing none. Could we have the,
The recommendation is that West Elgin Council hereby receives the report from Robert Brown, planner, regarding zoning bylaw amendment application D14 5/2025, recommendation report, planning report 2025-16, and that West Elgin Council approve the rezoning of 24649 Creenan Line from general agricultural A1 to agricultural A2 and restricted agricultural A3 in accordance with the attached draft bylaw. And further, that West Elgin Council consider the bylaw to amend the zoning bylaw as presented in the bylaw portion of August 14th, 2025 council agenda.
okay, can we have a mover for that, please? Councillor Statham, seconded. Councillor Denning, all in favour? That's carried. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you. See everyone later.
So that 4.5, adjournment of the public meeting.
That West Elgin Council hereby adjourn the public meeting pursuant to the Planning Act for zoning amendment application D14 5/2025 at 24649 Creenan Line.
Okay. Mover, please. Deputy Mayor Tellier, seconded. Councillor Sousa, all in favour? That's carried, thank you. And it brings us on to 5, which is delegations. Andrea Kolobaski. Improvement to communication between municipality and residents. Thank you.
Good evening. Oh, actually, it's afternoon yet. Mr. Mayor, councillors, and fellow residents of West Elgin. Thank you for allowing me to address this council tonight. My name is Andrei Kovalevsky, and as a committed resident of West Elgin, I'm here to advocate for a bylaw that establishes clear mandatory timelines for responding to residents' inquiries, whether through emails, phone calls, or other channels. I don't like any kind of regulations, especially over regulations, but it's a case when we need it. I'm passionate about improving our community, and with your support and the community support, I plan to run for the council in October 26 to draft meaningful changes. But I'm not waiting for an election to act. The growing frustration over ignored or delayed responses to resident inquiries demands action now. And I urge this council to implement a bylaw to address it. We cannot afford to waste time when our residents deserve better. West Elgin, like many smaller Ontario municipalities, faces challenges with inconsistent responses to residents' inquiries. I'm not sure how it works now. It's probably some kind of administrative protocols, but there is no bylaw. Emails go unanswered for weeks or sometimes at all. I personally sent a couple emails and they were completely unanswered. Phone calls about road repairs or bylaw enforcement are often ignored, and service requests linger without acknowledgement. A recent community survey on social media revealed that over 60% of respondents felt their inquiries were either ignored or handled too slowly, describing the process as frustrating and disorganized. It's not about only our municipality, throughout the Ontario. These delays foster dissatisfaction and perception of mismanagement, eroding trust in our municipal government. Small municipalities across Ontario like Petrolia and St. Mary's have shown that clear response timelines are achievable even with limited resources. For example, Petrolia a town of about 5,700 has a customer service policy aiming to acknowledge inquiries within 2 business days, as noted in their 2023 municipal report. St. Mary's, with the population around 7,600, uses a complaint resolution process that ensures initial responses within 5 business days for non-emergency issues, according to their public service guidelines. Their towns, similar to size to West Elgin, prove that structured timelines improve efficiency without requiring resources of large cities like Toronto. A bylaw mandates responses timeline would transform how West Elgin serves its residents. That's how. First, it would boost efficiency. Studies of Canadian municipal services show that clear timelines improve responses rate by 20–30%. By setting standards like 2 business days to acknowledgement emails, 5 days for non-emergency issues, as Petrolia does, we can streamline workflow, prioritize urgent matters, and reduce backlogs. This approach works in similar municipalities where staff wear multiple hats, ensuring resources are used effectively and efficiently. Second, it would restore accountability. A bylaw would require regular reporting on response time, similar to St. Mary's practice of tracking complaint resolutions. It could be, I'm not sure if municipality has CRM system, would be good, slow by slow implement this customer satisfaction management system known as CRM. This transparency allows council and residents to monitor performance and identify gaps. If a town like Petrolia can commit to 2-day acknowledgement, West Elgin can set achievable targets to hold staff accountable and rebuild trust. Third, it would address resident dissatisfaction. Ignored inquiries make residents feel dismissed. 2019 study found that clear timelines boost satisfaction by 10–15%. A simple 48 hours email acknowledgement as practiced in some small municipalities shows residents their concern matter. Fewer ignored inquiries mean fewer follow-up calls, easing staff workload and improving service delivery. Finally, it would improve management. A bylaw would help leaders allocate resources effectively using data to address bottlenecks. For example, if property standards response are delayed, we can justify relocating staff or adapting low-cost tools like automated response system. Smaller municipalities like St. Mary's have reduced delays by up to 25% through structured processes, proving this is feasible for West Elgin. I recognize West Elgin resource constrained. Small municipalities often have fewer staff and tighter budget than urban centers. But we can start small, like Petrolia 2-day acknowledgement policy or St. Mary's 5 days complaint response target. A pilot program focusing on email acknowledgement and urgent issues such as safety concerns could be implemented with minimal cost. Low-cost technology like automated email replies powered by AI can further ease the burden, as seen in other small towns. The complaints about ignored inquiries are call to action. West Elgin can follow the lead of smaller municipalities, proving that size is no barrier to responsive government. As someone who may run for council with the community support, I may commit to pushing for change now. I urge this council to direct staff to draft a bylaw for response timelines with community input to ensure a lift. It fits West Elgin needs. Let's turn dissatisfaction into trust and mismanagement into efficiency. Thank you for your time. I can answer questions if you have any. And here's a draft bylaw. I can pass it to Robin. So it is roughly installs the triage system, how to handle urgent, important, not important messages from the community, and how to hold even those frivolous matters, which could be just literally trashed or shredded. Any questions?
Thank you for that. I listened and inwardly digested. So I don't know whether council's got any questions, but thank you for that. It will be noted. It is noted. Okay. So we're going to move on to adoption of the minutes.
The West Elgin Council hereby adopts the minutes of July 17th, 2025 as presented.
Move it, please. Deputy Mayor Tellier. Seconded, councillor Statham. All in favour? That's carried. Thank you. Committee and board report, board minutes. You've all had a chance to look through those, have you? Any comments by council? Could you have the recommendation then for that, please?
The recommendation is that West Elgin Council hereby acknowledge receipt of the committee and or board minutes as presented for Heritage Homes, March 24th, 2025, Bo Horvat Community Center Board of Management, April 30th and June 11th, 2025, Economic Development Committee, May 26th, 2025, Four Counties Transit Committee, January 27th, 2025, and the Recreation Committee, March 19th and June 18th, 2025.
Okay, can I have a mover for that, please? Councillor Denny. Seconded, councillor Sousa. All in favour? That's carried. Business arising from minutes. Seeing none. So we go to staff reports. Municipal drains. Drain tender results, McGill Branch and Macmillan Drain. Who's on for that one?
That's me, Mr. Mayor.
That's just you
Yeah,
to talk,
yeah.
okay.
Thank you. Good afternoon, council. This report is presented to you today just as a formality to officially award the tender for the McGill branches of the Macmillan Drain. There was two tenders received and the lowest bid was Mondin Excavating, and the drainage superintendent has no issues with awarding the tender to Mondin. We've had a good working relationship with them. Any questions at all regarding that one?
No questions? None? Recommendation, please.
The recommendation is that West Elgin Council hereby receives the report from Terry Toshchuk, Manager of Community Services Clerk, and that council hereby awards the low bid tender for the McGill branches of the Macmillan Drain to Mondin Excavating for the estimated amount of $93,733.50, HST included.
Move it, please. Deputy Mayor Tellier, seconded. Councillor Statham. All in favour? Carried. And then we'll go to the drain tender results for Dunborough Road Drain.
Thank you, Mayor Leatham. So this one is the exact same thing, but for the Dunborough Road Drain. And we only received one tender from McNally Excavating for this one. Any questions or concerns on the Dunborough Road Drain?
Anything from council? Yes, councillor Denning.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through the chair, Terry, is this one of the ones that we share costs with
Correct.
Dunwich?
Correct. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
and that's our share, the 119,328.
That is for the whole thing, I believe. However, I can confirm that and get that answer for you.
Okay, thanks.
Deputy Mayor Tellier.
Thank you. And through the chair, just wondering about, do we have a start date for this? I know it's been a long time coming.
Crops providing.
Yes, I do believe it was October that one was going to be coming in.
Great, that's what I
Like
thought
an
once the
awesome-
crops were out. Thank you.
Yep.
Further questions? Can I have the recommendation then, please?
Thank you. The recommendation is that West Elgin Council hereby receives the report from Terry Toshchuk, Manager of Community Services Clerk, and that council hereby award the tender for the Dunborough Road Drain to McNally Excavating for the estimated amount of $119,328, HST included.
Move it, please. Deputy Mayor Tellier, seconded. Councillor Statham. All in favour? It's carried. Thank you. 8.2, infrastructure and development. That goes to Rodney Cemetery ownership, future operations and management. Dave, That's over to you, please.
Thank you. We were approached by the Rodney Cemetery Company in regards to taking over the cemetery and running it through municipal structure. We've looked at the site. The roads have been recently updated. The area is in good shape. There's extra area in the back. There's a large amount of plots that are sold and to be sold. And excuse me, the cemetery company feels like they can't successfully run the cemetery anymore and looks to hand it over to the municipality. So if anybody has any questions, please let me know.
There's spare land there, isn't there?
Yes, there is some additional.
Which probably won't be in use for a lot of years.
Yeah, there's a large amount of time that's left in the cemetery as well. I think it was over 100 years, so.
Yeah, I was just wondering, it may be a good place for solar panels and therefore keep it in agriculture, because if they put them high enough, sheep can graze underneath, and then you'd have a little income off your panels, and it's being farmed as agriculture also.
If I might, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, please.
At this moment in time, I think we'll be looking for direction for the administration to accept the ownership and operation of the cemetery. And then I believe there's a separate motion then for council to give us direction for future investigation. And at such time, if you would like us to look at that, council can so give us direction to consider.
I think if it's going that way, it's worth a look at. We just don't want to keep mowing it for nothing. Okay, so can I have the recommendation for that, then, please? Or is there any questions from council? Bill's here to answer them if you got one. Yes, you can speak, Bill.
Just further to what Dave has shared, and thank you for that. So Rodney Cemetery has another 30 years of existing marked out available plots for purchase and acquisition. That does not take into consideration the plots that are already purchased. So we've got a good 30 years before we have to consider going to the other side of the cedar hedge at the back of the cemetery to those additional 2 acres that have been farmed up to this point. So based on my figures, 250 to 300 years of space if Rodney population remains essentially the same and cremation trends continue the way they are.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Deputy Mayor Tellier.
Thank you, and through the chair, and thank you for this report. Just inquiring, does the insurance we currently have cover for the cemetery? Or do we need additional insurance?
Yes, please.
If I may, Mr. Mayor, we will certainly have to investigate because currently that would not be under our ownership. And so that would then have to go to our municipal insurer and we would then have to be insured accordingly.
Thank you.
Further questions, anyone? Seeing none, could we have the recommendation for that, please?
The recommendation is that West Elgin Council hereby receives the report from Dave Sharon, Manager of Infrastructure and Development, and that West Elgin Council accepts responsibility and ownership of the Rodney Cemetery, and that West Elgin Council directs staff to research municipal cemetery operations and return with a fulsome report on how to best proceed with the future operations and management of the Rodney Cemetery.
Okay, mover, please. Deputy Mayor Tellier, seconded. Councillor Statham, all in favour? That's carried. Thank you. So we go to 8.2.2, monthly update, June and July. Dave, it's up to you again, please.
Thank you. In the monthly update, I broke it down a little bit different this time. Our Public Works monthly operations, we had our landfill operations, our coal patching, road patrols, and grass cutting and sweeping, our general work that month. festival. We installed the tourism signs as you come in. And then we completed our gravel placement for the year and our brining of the municipal roads. On our utility side, we finished our locates. We had an orlometer do the reads and the rereads in the area. And along with that, we GPS tracked all of our meters. So if anything came up with finding locations, we can always go back through GPS and find the exact locations of the meters. We had an issue with that with our rereads so that people know exactly where they are. And all customer service calls due to the water quality and the flushing. And our special projects for utilities, we installed we had a 2-inch water main repair on Gray Line due to fiber optics installation. And we put a new water service on Silver Clay Line. And then we had new water service on Dymock and fire hydrant replacement. And we did a meter pit replacement on Pioneer. One of our capital projects that we got done, or it's got started, was our line painting. And I believe they're almost done now. And we installed a new culvert on Silver Clay Line. And Kerr Road, we did a tar and chip replacement there as well because we were losing Kerr, so we had to fix it up. So. If anybody has any
Thank you.
questions?
That sounds like a busy time. Question from council, please. Councillor Sousa.
Thank you, Dave. Through you, Mr. Mayor. How many times a year do we do binding of the municipal roads? Do we do that once, twice a year? Season?
Through brining?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it once.
Once a year?
Yeah, and we do it after the roads get graded or gravel gets placed.
Yeah.
Then we put the brine down so it can soak into the gravel and it lasts all year.
So another question, just an estimated rough cost. What does it cost to do that?
I don't have it off the top of my head, but I'll take a look and get back to you on the brine contract for that. I can't recall right now. Yeah, it was definitely 100,000, over 100,000. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well worth it.
Thank you.
Further questions? Seeing none, could I have the recommendation, please?
The recommendation is that West Elgin Council hereby receives the report from Dave Sharon, Manager of Infrastructure and Development, for information purposes.
Mover, please. Councillor Statham, seconded. Deputy Mayor Tellier, all in favour? That's carried. Thank you. Community services and clerks.
Thank you, Mayor Latham.
2026 municipal election method of voting.
Thank you, Mayor Latham. So this report is brought to council today to simply just determine the method of voting for the 2026 election. So hard to believe that these reports are coming to you already for the election. Exciting time for some. So in the 2022 election, I was not with West Elgin, but my understanding is that it was the internet telephone voting plus touchpads, and it went extremely well. Of course, the voter turnout, we didn't have a big election with only one race, and so the voter turnout, what it appears to be, it was a little bit higher, but we only had the one ward as so hopefully this coming election will have more candidates put their name in. But again, this report is just to simply determine what voting method we're going to use for the 2026 election. So I'd like to, I've proposed that we go forward with another election with the internet and telephone voting, and we will also set up help centers. What I would like to see is a help center in both Rodney and West Lorne for those who may not be able to use the internet very well or need a little bit of assistance with it, or still want that feeling that they're going to the poll and voting. We'll have those help centers available for them with staff able to assist as best as we can. So many of our local clerks we've already been getting together to discuss the election and what methods, and many have already approved this method of voting. So going forward, we also work with Middlesex County to get some bulk pricing as well. The more that we get on board with it, and we do have some new municipalities this year that are going to do the internet telephone voting that were vote by mail in the past. So we will all be certainly holding hands and getting through that election together. So any questions or concerns at all with the report that's presented?
Yeah, Councillor Sousa.
Sorry, through you, Mr. Mayor. I'm just concerned about this internet voting. How secure is the internet voting? I mean, are we certain that that is the best course of action for voting?
Certainly they have extreme, like a significant amount of safeguards put in place through their program. I don't have their entire report here with me today. They did send me quite a bit of all their details, and I can give you those details as best I can. It is an 8-page report that they provided me, indicating all their safeguards. They do training with us as well, and go through all those processes and procedures.
That'd be great to have.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Further questions? Yes, Councillor Denning.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, through the chair. So, Madam Clerk, thank you for the report. So essentially, we're looking at the same process as last time around.
Correct.
So thank you for that. So Deputy Mayor Tellier, you were the lucky one last year who had a campaign, unlike 3 years ago. Did you hear from any of the folks, constituents that went through the voting process that they had any issues?
If I may, through the chair, answer? No, I had one lady that was dissatisfied before going and doing her voting, so she went and took advantage of the pads that were there and the staff that was there, and was fine afterwards and said how easy it was. I myself, years ago, you could vote online, but there was traditional voting. I did do online, and I really enjoyed that I could just sit in my home and click, and I'm done. But no, I didn't hear any dissatisfaction after the voting process went through.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Further questions? We'll have the recommendation for that then, if you don't mind.
The recommendation is that West Elgin Council hereby receives the report from Terry Toshchuk, Manager of Community Services Clerk, regarding the 2026 municipal election method of voting, and that council hereby approve the recommended alternate voting methods, being telephone and internet voting with in-person help centers for the 2026 municipal and school board election, and that staff are authorized to execute any agreements necessary to implement telephone and internet voting, and direct staff to prepare the necessary bylaw for consideration at a future meeting.
Mover, please. Councillor Denning, seconded. Deputy Mayor Tellier, all in favour? That's carried. Do we go on to committee and board appointment?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That one is me again. So this is brought forward to council as we do have a full council now, and we will be getting back going here very soon with lots of our committee and board meetings. They've been pretty light for the summer months. And so this is just to go through each of the committees that we do have and just go through a couple things that have changed on the bylaw. So first I'll start with the things that have changed. I have confirmed we do have a few committees that were on the original bylaw that are no longer in existence, so they've been removed, and that being the Community Policing Committee, the Healthy Community Partnership Committee, the West Elgin Community Health Center Support Planning Committee, the Dutton-Dunwich West Elgin Housing Stability Coalition, and then also just to note the Port Glasgow Trailer Park Advisory Committee. We are now treating this as a recreation service, just as we would our arena and our pool. So we will be receiving all concerns from all campers at the Port Glasgow Trailer Park, not just through an advisory committee, but they are welcome to submit to the municipal office, and they will be dealt with again, just as they would the arena and pool. So some other amendments just to make note of the for the bylaw, the Elgin Land Division. This one is left on there for now. Oh no, sorry, Yes, I did leave it on there for now. Moving forward in 2026, this does not have to be on our bylaw because this is not a council member that is appointed. And I spoke with the county and they simply just need a resolution of who we are going to be appointing as a member of the community. The Rodney Aldeboro Agricultural Society, the Fair Board. Currently, we don't have a representative on the board and our agreement, we are not obligated to. However, that is entirely up to council. If council would like to appoint somebody as as goodwill to have that representation on the Fair Board, that is also a decision of council. West Lauren Heritage Homes Board of Directors, can't speak. I believe I have spoke with Deputy Mayor Tellier and we do, you had mentioned that we do have an agreement in place to have a member of council on there. We just haven't quite located that document yet. Economic Development Committee. So at this time, and this also goes for the Old Town Hall Committee, at this time, we do have 3 members currently. So we do need to bring that down to 2 with Councillor Sousa joining us now. He was on the committees, both those committees as a citizen. And now, so we need to bring that down to 2 members. So that will be decided as we go through the bylaw. And then our terms of references, I am recommending that we do a good review of those. Some of them have annual appointments. Some of the terms of reference, they're very, very generic. So I do recommend that we do a review of each one of those, and that can be done at a later time. So going through the Schedule A, we have the Bo Horvat Community Center Board of Management, which is our arena board. Currently, we have Councillor Statham and Councillor Denning. Would both of you like to remain on that committee? So now is the time if we do want to make any changes to, while we're passing this bylaw, to make it. Are you both able to still? Perfect. Our Committee of Adjustment, that is all of council, so that doesn't change. Our Port Glasgow Yacht Club Board of Management, and that is by bylaw that we do have 2 members appointed. In the bylaw, in the agreement, it does state the Reeve, but of course we have Mayor Leatham, and then we also have Councillor Denning appointed to that. Councillor Denning, are you still able to be on the Yacht Club? Yep. Wonderful. Property standards, we still have that. Tri-County Water Board, so that will be all members of council with Mayor Leatham as the alternate. Economic Development. So as council members, we had Councillor Statham and Councillor Denning, and then as mentioned, Councillor Sousa was on as a citizen. So this we need to just decide as to which 2 council members will be joining that committee.
Through the chair, if I may, Madam Clerk. So Councillor Statham has expressed an interest in remaining on Economic Development. And if that's still the case, I am happy to step back for you to remain there.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah, I am interested.
Okay, so we will have Councillor Statham and Councillor Sousa on the Economic Development Committee.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. 4 Counties Transit, we have Mayor Leatham and Councillor Statham. Are you both able to remain on that 4
Yeah.
Counties Transit? Okay. And our
Yeah,
old.
just
Yep, sorry, go ahead, Councillor Statham, sorry.
Thank you, Terry. Through you, Mr. Mayor. For the 4 Counties Transit, I'm happy to sit on that committee. I think it's great. Just in the interest of involving our new counselor, I realize there's a number of committees. Is that something that you would like to be involved in?
Absolutely. If it's needed, yes.
We're running out of committees where we have space for you. So if that's something that you'd like to do.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sit on a number of committees, so taking one off my
May
plate
have
would be.
overcommitted.
Yeah.
Overcommitted.
Okay, so we'll change 4 Counties Transit to Mayor Leatham and Councillor Sousa. So with the 4 Counties Transit, we meet quarterly and it is usually on a Monday morning at 8:30. It'll either be here in the council chambers or you can join by Zoom. Yeah. And our Old Town Hall Committee, so same as the Economic Development, we had 3 on there. Deputy Mayor Tellier, Councillor Statham, and Councillor Sousa. So I need 2 that. Yeah, you were appointed to that one. Yeah, it's been a while since we have been able to meet, so that one. Yeah, Deputy Mayor Tellier, I'm assuming you would like to remain on that one. Okay, Councillor Sousa.
I would like to excuse myself from that one
Okay,
because my wife also sits on that committee and I just feel it's specified, step aside.
appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, Councillor Statham, are you willing to stay on that? Okay, great. And our West Elgin Recreation Committee. So we have Deputy Mayor Tellier and a vacant position right now. Is there a member of council that would like to join our recreation? Councillor Denning?
Be happy to.
Thank you. And the Rodney Park revitalization. So this is not a committee of council. This is an external. However, there was a resolution in 2023 that was passed that appointed a member of council, and Councillor Statham, you are on that committee. Does that still work for you to stay on that? Great. And then we've got our land division, which isn't affected. Lower Thames Valley Conservation Authority, Mayor Leatham, you are appointed on that until the end of 2026.
Correct.
And then we have our fair board. So again, this is an external, this isn't a committee of council. We don't have anything saying we have to appoint, but if there is a member of council that would like to join that committee, certainly I can let them know. Is there anyone that would like to? So seeing none at this time, I know Mayor Leatham, you did join the last one, and certainly I can let them know that if schedules allow, that we can, if they could maybe provide us with their schedule.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm planning on going to the next one too.
okay. Okay. And then finally, we have our West Lorne Heritage Homes Board of Directors, which is also an external committee. And we have Mayor Leatham and Deputy Mayor Tellier that sit on that board. Yeah.
Through the chair, does it matter that, like I was appointed when we thought or we think, and then he is there as a citizen, or does that matter at all?
Oh, I apologize. So
document.
then, yep, that will, Mayor Leatham, I'll remove that. And
No, it doesn't matter.
so you were there as a citizen, you're not there as Mayor Leatham.
No,
Is that correct?
I just chair it and that's it.
Okay, okay, yeah, I've never seen the terms of reference or the agreement, so I
No,
don't know how
I
that,
went there because I wanted to go there.
okay,
It's voluntary.
okay, and we do believe that we have a resolution at some point, appointing Deputy Mayor Taylor, okay, so I'll keep digging for that one, thank you. Okay. So great. So I'll go over this one more time before reading the recommendation. I know this is a lot, but the Arena Board, we have Councillor Statham, Councillor Denning. Committee of Adjustment, we have all members of council. The Yacht Club, we have Mayor Leatham and Councillor Denning. Property Standards, we have all. Tri-County Water Board, we have all, with Mayor Leatham as an alternate only. Economic Development, we have Councillor Statham and Councillor Sousa. Four Counties Transit, we have Mayor Leatham, Councillor Sousa. Old Town Hall, we have Deputy Mayor Tellier, Councillor Statham. West Elgin Recreation, we have Deputy Mayor Tellier, Councillor Denning. Rodney Park Revitalization, we have Councillor Statham. Lower Thames Valley Conservation is Mayor Leatham. Rodney Fair Board, at this time, we will not have a representative on there. And then West Lorne Heritage Homes Board of Directors, we have Deputy Mayor Tellier.
Okay.
I'll assign myself to that Rodney Fair Board.
Okay, I will advise them of that. Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions from anyone? I'll have the recommendations for that then, please.
The recommendation is that West Elgin Council hereby receives the report from Terry Toshchuk, Manager of Community Services Clerk, and that the committee members for each committee be appointed as decided by council, and that a revised version of the bylaw to appoint the committee members for each committee be brought back for adoption at the next council meeting, and that a thorough review of committee terms of reference be completed for each committee of council and be brought back for review at a subsequent meeting.
Okay, mover, please. Councillor Denning, seconded. Councillor Sousa. All in favour? That's carried. Thank you. We go to 8.4. Do you want a break?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. We'll go a little further.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. It's a lot of talking.
8.4, Chief Administration Officer, Harassment and Violence in the Workplace, Programme and Policy Review. Robin Greenwell, CAO, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council, before you is the harassment and violence policy and program policy. This is an annual policy that is required to be reviewed by all employers through the Occupational Health and Safety Act. This policy has been in place. It has been reviewed by our Joint Health and Safety Committee for any amendments that may need to have occurred. Amendments that were primarily just grammatical and structure. So the policy is as it has been for the past several years. So council, if you have any questions, hopefully I can answer for you today. If not, we are needing your approval of the policy, and we will note the recommendation and attach it. So we have acknowledged that both council, Joint Health and Safety, and then if approved by council, it will be delivered to all staff, and all staff will have reviewed the annual review of this policy as required. Are there any questions?
Yes, councillor Denning.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, through the chair, and Robin, thank you. So this is essentially the process of updating as per our bylaws to make sure that once a year it's reviewed, and that's what we're looking at here is basically an updated version.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, so this would be a review as required by the Occupational Health and Safety Act. Previously, we have done this with bylaw. It's not a requirement to be a bylaw, but we will do it as part of a recommendation and make sure that council, it is noted. And we have a requirement for all staff to be reviewing this policy. And so this will be delivered to staff, and we'll make sure the appropriate accounting for that has occurred.
Thank you.
Okay, further questions? Seeing none? If you would, please.
The recommendation is that West Elgin Council hereby receives the harassment and violence in the workplace policy and program report from Robin Greenall, CAO, and that West Elgin Council approves and adopts the harassment and violence in the workplace policy and program, and that West Elgin Council repeal bylaw 2019-30.
Mover, please. Deputy Mayor Tellier, seconded. Councillor Statham, all in favour? That's carried. Next we go to Health and Safety Policy Annual Review. Robin Greenall, CAO, you again, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council, much like the previous policy, this is the Occupational Health and Safety Policy. Again, it is required to be reviewed by all employers and staff on an annual basis. This has already been reviewed by the Joint Health and Safety Committee, and it's brought forward to you for your review and a recommendation for your approval. Any questions?
Any questions from anyone? Seeing none. Recommendation, please.
The recommendation is that West Elgin Council hereby receives the Health and Safety Policy Review Report from Robin Greenall, CAO, and that West Elgin Council approves and adopts the Health and Safety Policy, and that the West Elgin Council repeal bylaw 2019-42 and all previous revisions and bylaws.
A mover, please. Councillor Statham, seconded. Councillor Sousa, all in favour? That's carried. Thank you. Committee. I'm going to take a 5-minute break.
Sure.
We're doing really well.
Sure. We're going into close very soon.
Pardon?
I said we're going into close very soon.
We still got a little bit before.
Yeah. We're going to take 5 minutes. Okay, we'll resume our meeting, and it's committee and board reports or updates. Would attend notice of motion. There's none received.
Correct.
Council inquiries and announcements. I do have one. Sorry, Bill. No, go on, carry on.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, through the chair. Probably belongs in number 9, but that's okay. I just wanted to report on behalf of the recreation, the Bull Horvat Community Center. We had a meeting yesterday, arena board meeting, and the new dehumidifiers have been installed successfully. And last year, this time, the humidity in our West Lorne Arena was at 90%. Adam Ecker measured it the other day, it was at 50%. So it's made a significant impact. The dehumidifiers are doing exactly what we hoped that they would do. So thank you to everybody on staff who's been a part of making that happen. So we now have a facility here in West Lorne that's likely usable 12 months a year.
Great. Councillor Statham, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and through you. I wanted to add to that, and I think it came in under budget.
Very much.
So, I mean, we have something that's now working. And it's under budget. It's a win-win. So just wanted to add that. Thanks.
Okay, I have one. I have a little thing here, but it's my pleasure to announce that the municipality has been approved for the Ontario Trillium Grant, capital grants stream, in the amount of 200,000 for the installation of an accessible playground for the Rodney Park. I would like to thank the Rodney Park Revitalisation Committee for their hard work and determination to obtain this grant. As well, all who have donated to the future of the Rodney Park. The municipality will provide further updates, timelines once available. Congratulations to all involved. Thank you. So that was good news. So correspondence.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. There is 8 items there of correspondence. Is there any that any members of council would like to pull for discussion? Seeing none.
Seeing none.
The recommendation is that West Elgin Council hereby receive and file all correspondence not otherwise dealt with.
Okay, mover please. Councillor Statham, seconded. Councillor Sousa. All in favour? That's carried. Thank you. So now we go to, Councillor Sousa. Removal of surplus status for Port Glasgow Trailer Park. Yes, if you will, Councillor Sousa.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, members of council and staff, I'd like to bring forth this motion to remove the surplus designation from the land in question, as I believe it no longer fits the criteria for surplus designation. Removing this designation will help eliminate uncertainty for our current campers and provide reassurance with future campers. It will also support our efforts to attract new campers to experience and enjoy our beautiful park. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Anyone else got anything to say on that one?
Sousa, let's move that motion.
Councillor, you'll move that motion?
Yes, I will.
Okay, a seconder, please. Councillor Denning. All in-
Any
Pardon?
further discussion?
Any further discussion on that? No, seeing none. All in favour? That's carried. What about all this reading?
I can read the motion. Should read the motion.
We'll read the motion, but the thing's already been
Yeah.
done.
So the motion that has been moved by Councillor Sousa and seconded by Councillor Denning is whereas West Elgin Resolution CM 2024-418 declared the lands known as Port Glasgow Trailer Park to be surplus to the needs of the municipality. And whereas West Elgin Resolution SCM 2025-36 received a financial assessment presented by Daryl Abbs, managing partner, Watson and Associates Economists Limited, and whereas Resolution SCM 2025-36 provided direction to maintain ownership of the Port Glasgow Trailer Park, directing staff to implement best practices and update service and use policies and procedure. Now be it resolved that West Elgin Council hereby remove the land known as Port Glasgow Trailer Park from the surplus list. And that motion was carried.
Thank you. Let me go to 13.2. And it's Councillor Sousa. Fencing around West Lawn baseball field. Would you like to say anything on that, please?
Sure, I'm just gonna review what I said last time around. It's pretty much the same. I would like to bring to your attention the motion regarding the baseball field. being presented today because several of our constituents are interested in forming a local team. Currently, our local players are choosing to play for teams in other cities and towns due to lack of fencing around our ball field, which is pretty sad if you think about it. People are leaving our community and playing for other communities. And then they're spending money in other communities or dining out in other communities. I'm trying to bring our own people back in our community and spending money in our community, enjoying our community and what West Elgin has to offer. They expressed a willingness to run a West Elgin team if we have proper baseball fencing in place. Fencing the field would not only make it more appealing, but it would make it also encourage our local players to form a team and represent West Elgin rather than joining teams outside of our municipality. Let's think about that for a second. We don't want our players forming teams outside of our municipality. We want our guys and girls to stay here. We want them to form teams in our community. I think it's important. Having a local team would attract visitors to our community, which would benefit local businesses by encouraging people to dine and shop here. Additionally, over the course of time, I believe we may be able to offset some, if not all of the costs associated with fencing through advertising programs and placements of larger signs on the fence. I know personally my business would be interested in advertising. I mean, the sign would be quite significant on the fence. I think it'd be appealing. I'd be interested. I believe baseball fencing brings community spirit, growth, and love into our community. It is my hope that this council agrees with this motion and together we can push towards a positive future for baseball in our own backyard. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So you'd make that move?
Yes, I'm making that motion.
And I want a seconder, please. Councillor Statham, and
Would you like me to read the motion then?
yes, please.
Thank you.
Yeah, just to be clear, this is the motion to provide cost estimates.
The motion is going.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to read it now, and then it's an all in favour.
Yeah.
The motion states, whereas the existing baseball field at Miller Park lacks adequate fencing impacting the field's usability, and whereas a properly installed baseball fence will encourage community engagement, attract local organized baseball leagues, and potentially provide long-term revenue opportunities. Now be it resolved that West Elgin Council directs staff to bring back several cost estimates for installation of metal fencing around Miller Park baseball diamond.
Okay,
So I have Councillor Sousa as a mover.
yeah,
Councillor Statham as second.
a second, and now I want an all,
Any discussion?
any discussion further? Okay. Yes, Councillor Statham.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, I just want to make sure when staff brings back the cost estimates for the installation of the metal fencing, can we also include an estimate for potential revenue that we would get for advertising, please?
On the fences, etc.
On the fencing, yeah, similar to what we do in the arena with the advertising spaces. I'd just like to be able to sort of balance those two against each other.
Yeah, well, might as well to take advantage of it. Yes, Councillor Denning.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, through the chair. Also, I played ball last year and we had occasionally had issues with the lights coming on at the appropriate times. There was some issues. So I'm not sure if that's been fixed at this point. If not, if that could also be just looked at as part of this report, that if new lighting needs to be considered, what the cost of that would be.
Yes.
CIO, please.
Thank you. I'm writing it down, but we need, sorry.
So council, at
thank
this
you.
moment in time, we seem to be amending the motion. And so at this moment in time, council will need to
Yeah.
approve the amendments to the motion. So Councillor Statham, you're asking, because you're adding additional things. Right now, the motion is saying, please just go get some costing and bring back how much this would cost. That's it's a small part of a report because you wouldn't be voting on that. With that, you'd be giving us direction to, proceed to like an RFP or to tender. All the other components to come back with a report for costing of advertising, we would have to do a little bit more of a fulsome report on, because I do not believe the municipality has an advertising policy. So we would have to actually do a fuller report on that. That wouldn't we could do some back of the napkin concepts for you to say, here's some potential costing that you can based on. But then if we're adding to this, which is, could we also, are you adding lighting? Then again, that's an addition. So
Okay, so this motion is for the price of the fencing and et cetera, et cetera. You know, and then we'll deal with other matters as and when it arises.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor, if I may interrupt you. If
Yep.
Councillor Statham has an amendment, then he would like to put forward amendment. Council will make the decision of whether which they wish to amend to what he is willing to propose. And then those who moved and second would have to, like, there'd have to be an acceptance. But right now, I believe Councillor Statham has a request for an amendment to the motion. You'll
Is
need.
that correct?
Thanks. Yeah, I just think when we get the costs for the fencing back, it would be nice to be able to balance that with, you know, the potential cost savings. I mean, I think Councillor Sousa mentioned that when you were discussing it, is that the cost of the fencing may be able to be offset by potential advertising revenue. So I just thought if we're getting the cost estimates for the installation of the metal fencing, and you know, if it was able to be offset, whether entirely or a portion of it, that we would be able to make a decision on whether to proceed with an RFP if we had that information in front of us at the same time. That's why I've suggested, yeah.
Can that be added just like that?
Yeah.
So Councillor Statham is putting forward an amendment, and then council would need to, there needs to be a seconder to the amendment. Do you remember how we to amend?
Yes, I believe so. So the amendment to the motion is to include revenue for advertising to offset the cost of fencing. Does that summarize?
Yes, that's great.
Okay.
And then to the mover and seconder, would you both be in agreement to the amendment?
The mover is Councillor Sousa.
I'll read that.
Thank you.
So a mover and a seconder?
And the seconder is Councillor Statham.
Are
Okay.
you,
Yeah.
is as a seconder, you were the seconder, are you in agreement to the amendment?
I am.
Okay. Then I believe also after this, Councillor Denning asked for an amendment to the motion.
Yes.
I did, and I'm certainly willing to step back that, but I would just suggest that to simplify this motion, possibly I would propose a motion to investigate improvements to the Miller Park ballpark and advertising options. And then perhaps that just means that we can, that would mean that there would be many different things that we could possibly as a council consider the different costs associated with different improvements. So again, the motion, investigate improvements to Miller Park ballpark and advertising options.
So I have investigate improvements to the Miller Park ballpark. And are you specifying for lighting?
In a very general sense, I've left it very general intentionally.
Okay.
Councillor Denning, if I could ask maybe for, it's just so staff understands what they are bringing back.
Sure.
You're wishing to see it for lighting?
So, yes, so lighting and fencing, I said, again,
Okay.
general improvements to the ballpark. Now, I know this is getting complicated. What I'm doing is I'm holding back from providing you with a detailed list. But if that's what, Madam CEO, if that's what you're saying that you would prefer to have.
It will provide us with more direction on exactly what council is looking for. So right now we have the fencing, that was part of the original motion. And then we have the amendment, which includes revenue advertisement options. So if it's very generic, we could only go so far, or we could go the full you see what I mean? So having that specific direction, if you want us to look at the lighting, and then the list could go quite in depth.
Understood.
Yes.
If I
Yes, please.
may, Mr. Mayor, so council, would you like us to investigate what a requirement would be in order to bring, what is the type of baseball we're looking for?
We're looking to form a men's team, and we're trying to get men's teams for
Is there a certain type of league that has, because I understood that they can't have a league here because we don't meet the requirement?
It's softball.
Okay, so then the amendment may be that we should be looking at some general costings to improve the baseball field in order to bring softball leagues
Yeah.
to West Lorne.
Yeah.
That came out of, and I'm Terry, does that sound?
So I have, as the amended motion from Councillor Denning then, investigate improvements to the Miller Park ballpark field in order to bring softball leagues to West Lawn.
Including fencing.
That's the
like,
intention,
Including
anyway.
lighting and fencing and any other requirements, any
Yeah.
other such requirements. And advertisements. So sort of general revenue of advertisements to help offset the cost.
Okay,
Okay, so.
got all that?
Sorry.
Nope, is council, just sorry, when
Yeah.
we start to add amendments, then we just want to make sure that all of council then becomes, and the mover and seconder is in agreement to those amendments.
Yes.
Is everybody in agreement to those amendments?
Okay.
I'll agree to that.
Yes.
I agree to that.
Okay.
Okay. So
They
we
all
can have
agreed to
all
that.
in favor?
All in favor? That's carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Clear as mud.
I'm not going on holiday this week.
Not this week, it's coming though. Yeah.
Okay, so we move on to upcoming meetings. And that's over to you again.
Too many pages, I scribbled all over it.
Thank you, Mayor Leatham. So this is just to review the meetings for September. After tonight, we are done with meetings for August. So September 10th at 9 a.m. we have our Bo Horvat Community Center Board of Management, which is our arena board. September 11th, we have our regular council meeting at 4 p.m. September 22nd, Heritage Homes at 1 p.m. And September 25th, 4 o'clock p.m. is our regular council meeting. Was there any others that anybody would like to mention that I haven't included? So again, after tonight's meeting, we are off for the rest of the month of August. So wishing everybody a wonderful rest of their summer. Oh, Deputy Mayor.
We
Yes,
could share the recreation meeting. It's the 17th. 7 via Zoom.
okay, thank you. So that takes us on to 15 and it's some bylaws. 15.1. Bylaw 2025-28. Third reading, McGill Branches and Macmillan Drain.
That bylaw 2025-28 being a bylaw to provide for drainage works on the McGill branches of the Macmillan Drain in the municipality of West Elgin be read a third and final time.
Move it, please. Councillor Statham, seconded. Councillor Sousa, all in favour? That's carried. And then we go to 13.2. Oh, no, sorry. I've jumped it. Go to 15.2, sorry. 2025-44 zoning amendment. The 24649 Green Line.
That bylaw 2025-44 being a bylaw to amend the municipality of West Elgin comprehensive zoning bylaw number 2015-36 for property at 24649 Green Line be read a first, second, third, and final time.
Thank you. Move it, please. Deputy Mayor Tellier, seconded. Councillor Sousa, all in favour? That's carried. Thank you. And we go to 15.3, 2024-45, appoint Deputy Treasurer.
That bylaw 2025-45 being a bylaw to appoint a deputy treasurer for the corporation of the municipality of West Elgin be read a first, second, third, and final time.
A mover, please. Councillor Statham, seconded. Councillor Denning, all in favour? That's carried. Thank you. And with that, we're going to go to a closed session.
That the Council of the Municipality of West Elgin hereby proceeds into closed session at 5:17 p.m. to discuss matters pursuant to the Municipal Act, Section 239, 2E, litigation or potential litigation, Port Glasgow Trailer Park, 2E, litigation or potential litigation, Port Glasgow Yacht Club, 2D, labor relations or employee negotiations, human resource update.
Mover, please. Deputy Mayor Tellier, seconded. Councillor Statham, all in favour? That's carried. Thank you. Okay. Reporting from closed session,
Reporting from closed session at 6:16 PM.
and we have a report.
That West Elgin Council received 2 items pursuant to section 239(2)E and 1 item pursuant to section 239(2)D of the Municipal Act, and that staff were provided administrative direction to proceed as required.
Okay. A mover and a seconder, please. Deputy Mayor Tellier. Seconded. Councillor Denning. All in favour? That's carried. Where's my sheet? Oh, there it is. Okay, we go to confirming bylaw.
That bylaw 2025-46, being a bylaw to confirm the proceeding of the regular meeting of council held on August 14th, 2025, be read a first, second, third, and final time.
Mover, please. Councillor Sousa. Seconded. Councillor Statham. All in favour? That's carried. Which brings us to 19, which is adjournment.
That the Council of the Municipality of West Elgin hereby adjourn at 6:17 PM to meet again at 4:00 PM on Thursday, September 11th, 2025, or at the call of the chair.
Mover, please. Councillor Statham, seconded. Deputy Mayor Tellier. All in favour? Carried. Thank you very much.